Hello friends, and welcome to my channel. This is the Queen of Wands. Whew. And today we're going to be doing a reading we're going to find out just by grabbing a card. Let's see. King of Blades. Oh wow. So this reading is going to be for Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Okay. That's a powerful card of signing contracts, the King of Swords. It's some law, judicial system. It can be some trials. It can be witnessing some verdict. It could be, signing of contract, binding, things like that. All right, so let's find a bit more. Okay, what's going to happen for Libra? What message we got for Libra for the next 2 years? Or, oh, Nine of Swords. Okay, sleepless nights, a bit of anxiousness, worriness. Her nails are just like mine. Look at that. Somebody's not sleeping well. And this dog is watching. Okay, but I think you can see she's able to see through her fingers. So, I mean, I think with 2 swords, that's a lot of thinking here. It's the mental state, but I think I see a lot of sharpness. And despite of this sleepless night, somebody needs to like take a chill pill here. I don't know what they're worried about. They're worried about you, they're worried about themselves, but the decision needs to be made, like a contract or something. And they're kind of worried how this is going to turn around. It might turn around, it might fail if they commit to it. So somebody is worried about this person. Or you, Libra, or you, Gemini, or you, Aquarius, whoever you are, you're worried that it's going to fail. So what is this thing that you've been thinking of that you're worried about? Let's find out. Oh, Judgment. So there's some addictions, not maybe addiction, but something affiliated to the past, that you might fall into the pattern of something that you left behind and might reappear. And whatever those habits and patterns that you were in the past, with a Judgment card here, it's the Saint Gabriel. The trumpet is like the sound. I can't stop thinking of the sound of silence, because there's a lot of quietness here. Somebody can't find peace with silence. Somebody is putting themselves in a place when they are too much in their head, but they don't like to vocalize and verbalize their thoughts, their feelings, their concerns. They expect people to read their mind, to understand them, right? But with the King of Swords, he is very logical. He can be somebody who is he evaluates and tries to understand his own actions and where they're coming from, what impacts their feelings and their emotions, and Judgment is affiliated with the past in Scorpio. So past actions, what caused me to do this and that. So they're constantly trying to understand. So they're doing some self-healing in some way. You see, there's blade here. It's like there could be some sort of a self-wounding and self-soothing in the same time to numb the pain. Yeah, that's what it is. But they're also coming in realization with a trumpet in judgment that it's time to assess and evaluate your own actions and what happened in the past and what caused that. That has not necessarily has to do with your own actions, but maybe it could be circumstances when you were in the middle of the situation and for whatever reason you were found guilty of something, and that was not fair because for whatever happened in your life, people made you feel like on trial or being judged or being always bullied, like this is guy that wants to hide himself and hide his pain. You were bullied about something, so you are trying to numb your pain in some way, and you never dealt with the pain of the past. And I don't know who bullied you and what was that happened to you. Ace of Wands. Maybe you are an artist. Maybe you had a very feminine side to you that you wanted to express. And maybe you come from a country or some cultural background where you are not to express freely your creativity. Maybe you are a writer, maybe you are a dancer, maybe you are a painter, you are a singer, and whatever all these elements, you are just not, you are forbidden to be that person, to be to show that side of you, that creative, artistic side of you. You were raised in an environment that thoughts things are not appreciated and make you look too weak and too feminine according to your past. And you had to numb that side of you. And the King of Swords is saying that you are always on the judgmental chair, and it's exhausting place to be, to please people. Every move you made, everything you say, people are watching you always, and you just want to have fun and be creative in any form or shape. Sometimes your creativity comes in a very dark form, right? It's not always sunny. It can be your dark sense of humor. It can be your Gothic style of painting. It can be your the way you design your tattoos in your body, right? So it made you different than many other people. This canvas is blanket because someone is waiting and trying to look that freedom from within to express that form of artistic expression in a way that is not being confined and judged in any way. Whatever we want to say with a judgment is very articulative and very loud and sound. When they speak themselves, their voice, they express themselves. They want to be very concise and very free to what they're saying without being bullied or pointed the finger. It's like they have to prove themselves. There's need to be some evidence of everything you say that has to back your form of reality. Okay. So how can you heal this part of yourself? Seven of Wands. How can you heal it? They're going to be, there's like karma here. And police. There's people that are spying and watching you and always trying to create this barrier. But you got to stand above it, it says the Seven of Wands. Because, again, the painting here, everything, the root of every creativity comes from the bottom of your heart. So everything you do has to be from the heart. I think there is someone here that does a lot of calculating move and not fully liberated from what they're doing. That's what it is. There's a lot of restriction. Again, police, justice, government, rules, regulation, evidence here, being on the judgment chair and justice chair. So you got to stand above it. And you don't have to cross your boundaries or their boundaries. You can express your creativity from where you are, it's saying, because, again, when it comes to matter of the heart, or any other matter, if it's work or all you have to do is, be very authentic, because it comes from deep inside within you. That's what this is saying. And nobody can take that away from you. Whatever you express and however you express your authentic, your originality, your artistic vision, how light-hearted or dark it is, if you like it that way, just go for it, because art comes in all forms of shapes. In art, the most beautiful art comes from pain and sorrows, and actually that are affiliated and that derive from our past wounds. And that's how you express art, because you have something to say that you learn over the course of time. So if it's also in a work environment, the wisdom that you have carried through your trials and tribulations, you have gained a lot of knowledge and learned a lot of lessons that had brought you in a place where you do stand above everybody else, because you've been there and you've done it and you know what's best at this point. Ace of Wands is such a powerful card, because it's where is the root of creativity starts, and the sky's the limit. This has a great potential to become anything and everything in the same time, because there's no limitations. Once you put yourself in a place when you don't have to get impacted by others people's opinions, the sky's the limit. That's where you are at your strongest. Like the Seven of Wands, this person doesn't care of who said and what said. There is the tendency of people to limit other people, to cause intimidation or to isolate you, making you feel some sort of a guilt. That silent treatment is because they're scared of you. So they use that as a form of trying to give strength to themselves. But the circumstances show that actually they're incapable of being as free and as wise as you are. What does Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini should expect for the end of these 2 weeks? the Queen of Coins. So the Queen of Pentacles. So what you're going to get for the middle of November, from now, October 30th to November 15. Queen of Pentacles, you're going to get a lot of money. This is the Queen of Business. When she means business, she does business, but she puts value in what she does. She puts a lot of effort, a lot of work. It's a lot of elbow greasing, to really get where she is. She gives only the best. And it's not just a dollar value that she puts the value on the service she provides. This is a woman that she knows when she delivers has a quality service from the moment she greets the people, from the booking of the clients, from the having all the supplies and the tools and having a spotless and seamless experience and environment, from the moment of putting together the best basket of fruit and vegetable combined to a great to a great deal, value, the value that resonates still highly with her service, and people reach out to her equally. This is a person that said, meet me halfway. This is a person, if I did all this work for you, meet me halfway. You cannot just take from me. So explain to me why you got to take from me more than what I give. So if this is a person who puts a lot of hard work, if it's you, Libra, or Gemini, or Aquarius, you're looking for answers. If I gave all this work, I don't need just a dingle and carrot. I need real value for my service. And the same vice versa. I need real value for my money. So it has to be equal. If I'm putting the time, the effort, the energy, the passion, the authenticity, the compassion, the caring, the whole experience, why you got to take more from me, that when I'm willing giving you a lot, but you got to be willing to give me what's my fair share to this. All right? I think somebody needs to do some evaluation and reevaluation. Who took advantage of your generosity? Who did you mistaken who deserved more? So these are the questions. If you are this judge in a position, the judge can be a lawyer, a doctor, a general, a boss, somebody who has the power to delegate position of a job opportunity and contract and some other things. He judges fairly and very unbiased in his approach, but he looks for real facts and evidence. And I think there is a bit of a guilt here. Now I see it with a judgment that somebody is taking advantage of their power, and then their silence is coming to a point that making them look more arrogant. Sometimes people do the silent treatment, because it's giving them more power and making you more insecure. But when this card appears, you're like, you're not intimidating me with this silence. You're not intimidating me with whatever isolation you think you're doing, because I have a choice to be free. And when I express my creativity, it comes from within. It's something that you cannot take away from me, because you don't know. What comes from me is from me. You just can never be me. No matter what limitations you impose on me, there could be other people. And I think this judge here, he's watching and he's saying, wow, what a mistake I did. now I see it. I judge this person unfairly. I overworked this person, or if it's a love affair, somebody judged you unfairly, gave you the silence treatment, hoping you would feel guilty, you would feel remorse, you would make them feel guilty. But you keep showing your hand and your values and your morals, you keep, and somebody, it's not meeting them halfway. Or if the meeting has to be in a very fair way. You know, if I talk to you, you talk to me, you know, it have to be fair. If I reach to you, you should be appreciative and thankful to me. So, you know, sometimes it's like when people say thank you. Thank you for a job well done. And some people overanalyze that thank you. Oh, well, but you know, you don't say that. You say, you know what? Thank you for your kind compliment. You gotta humbly accept and embrace those compliments sometimes and don't question them. So the same thing when somebody reaches out and joins in your joyful moment, you gotta say thank you, and you gotta show your appreciation and verbalize it, and not doing it through your silent treatment. And I think this person feels guilty because they judged somebody. I don't know if you feel guilty for judging somebody wrong, or somebody judged you wrong, but and the only answer is here to start over, and just don't try to fix somebody. Just have fun, because once you turn into someone that in a position of pointing the finger and you know, always has the upper hand, you always avoid that responsibility, that you also not always fair and right in your own actions. So you are avoiding that place of you being judged by acting from a place of having the upper hand. So the only solution to this is for somebody else to just love you and respect you and join you from the distance, by keeping their distance and expressing their own, you know, compassion and their own creativity as well. Whatever that is from the distance, because they have their own integrity, their own they act from a place of self-respect as well. So they will never cross those boundaries, because whatever they carries, they can find joy in things from their own little space. They can do so much on their own from the other side of these boundaries, so they don't need to mingle. It's like when you don't have a lot of friends and you're saying, well, I am my own best friend. I don't need a lot of friends. I can create so much from where I am. But in the same time, you do join, but there is always that healthy boundary that I do what I do to give you a lending hand, but I still gonna know how to maintain my own sanity, my own energy, my own positive vibration. And that is something that you are persevering and you are protecting in good faith, because you don't want anyone to make that decision for you, when you should be happy and when you should cry, when you should feel fear. If we do this, if you take that away from, if we take the money from her, or if we take the words from her, and, you know, if we isolate her and judge her and make her feel isolated, and, you know, like, and I feel they're realizing, some people are feeling very guilty about it, and it's not working. And I think this judge guy here is watching this, and he's saying, dang, I was all wrong about this. They were all wrong about this. Who is this person that looks like a tough cookie? Knight of Blades. Yeah, this person is sharp, is straightforward, is honest. It can be brutally honest sometimes. He's a talker. It could be someone that can't stop looking at the hair here. Looks too young for his years. It can have like a very stylish haircut that maybe doesn't match with his or her age. Something about the hair. Maybe they change their hair colors a lot, or their hairstyle a lot. Again, another Knight of Swords here, another Libra. But this person, it could be you, Libra. I don't know why, but maybe you judge somebody by giving them the silent treatment. And now you feel, somebody feels not happy about this. They thought that somebody thought they could make somebody back on their knees, make them to talk to you, or you, yeah. Because with the scissors, it's like it's cutting words, not just hair. Yeah, another Six of Swords, a lot of swords. This is like a walking away, backpacking, walking away in an icy, very risky it's a risky situation here. Somebody almost feels like they need to walk away. Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm thinking of that serendipity in the end when they met in New York, and they were doing, he was skating there, and then she found him in that place, in that icy skate. What is that place in New York? I forgot. Jesus. And I've been there. It's like you try to walk away from this person, and then somehow you find them yourself thinking about them all the time. Look, you're thinking about them. Somebody is listening to their music. Maybe this person sings and you're listening to their voice. You're listening to a song or something that reminds you of them, the lyrics, the music, everything, and you feel guilty about it. And you remember those times. It's like you remember the time, and you're like, when the opportunities come, sometimes you gotta. There's this fear of communication with a judgment is a telephone call. The sound of it that's the telephone call. But somebody is scared to approach. It's like walks away. But then when they're alone, they can only think about this person. through a song or through a music or some songs. Maybe they sing, you sing, or singing together, and you're like, oh my God, like why am I avoiding this person when all I can do is think and sometimes dream about it? And but you cut communication here. So what is the next step? The next step is the Seven of Cups. Again, dreaming, fantasizing. There's too many distractions. I find the Seven of Cups of too many options, too many distractions, too many goals and priorities. So someone doesn't know what to prioritize at this point, especially when there is this situation when there's not much engaging in communication and interaction. So when there is everything is such a passive state, and inactivity, but just misery and boredom, with the Seven of Cups, it's like you either try to put your attention elsewhere and to distract, or you try to see things by level of priority. Is your work or your family or your finances a priority, or is love and romanticism and dating a priority, or is daydreaming and fantasizing and overthinking without actual movement a priority? So only you know which is the main, a goal. And once you make that on the top of the list, and what is the matter of the heart, what matters to you right now, then you know which one to put the focus. Once you put the focus, then you will have no sense of guilt, because you feel like that's a priority and that's the right thing to do right now and has a purpose, because I need to achieve this and this. So there's no need for doubt and questioning yourself or others when you know what you're doing and where you're going. So you have that sense of accomplishment, and you gain that clarity from a logical aspect. So this is what this message is about, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Check your priorities, focus on your goal, and you'll find your true meaning and happiness. Because right now you're putting attention to the past and what was said, or in this case, what would not said at nothing at all. And it's affecting your mental state, because you are in a state of passivity. You are maybe sitting too much, doing nothing all day, isolating yourself here, not being able to sleep. And somehow you're trying to numb it in some forms of art or music or shape or singing or whatever you're doing there. But I think balance is key. Like this Queen of Pentacles, the carrot is in the middle, so balance is key. You got to find the time for practicality and common sense, and then time for creativity. So you balance things out. If you are a workaholic, it's not going to work. But if you're extreme passive and immovable, and in an extreme state of passivity, that's not good neither, because that means you're trying to numb something. I don't know, fear of engaging in social life and in going back to the workforce. So you're numbing your growth. The Knight of Swords is look a bit like childish and immature with that haircut. I told you he can be in his 40s or 60s, whatever, but he still does maybe something or a job that, I'm just saying, that maybe doesn't resonate and no longer matches with his core values. You got to, and it's like It's like playing video games, let's say. You play video games and you hit in your mid-20s and you realize, shit, for how long am I going to still do this? I cannot play video games. What am I trying to numb? I got to get out of here. I got to do something else. So you got to balance that. I'm not saying that don't cut it out completely, but there is a time in life where we need to put the focus somewhere else. I personally I was traveling a lot for a while, and all the hard work and I was still working hard, but the money I was making, I was spending it to have fun, because that's how I was dealing with reality and my hardship of working so hard. So instead of dealing, but what do I do to heal myself? And I'm working too much, I'm overworking, I need to balance that out. Then I said, okay, then maybe don't work as much. First of all, it's not worth it. Your health is number one. Second, try to focus more on your health, like really focus on your diet, your health, what you eat. You feel better mentally, physically, walk more, get some air, do a bit of movement, exercising, slowly get there. And then start thinking, okay, how can I do this without even spending crazy amount of money? Maybe I should be looking at a project that it requires a bigger investment, but it's bigger approach to my life, which it's a life-changing, it's bigger responsibility, but I'm taking myself to the next level, which requires a lot of personal growth. So these are the things that, and no offense, in this case, this guy's cutting hair, but you might come a point that you say, you know what, I think I had enough of this. If you're working for somebody else, maybe it's time, you know what, I got to open my own business. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you do, take it a bit to the next level, expand. Because sitting around and just thinking about it and dreaming about it and being in misery and look, too much coffee, can't even drink water. Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you so much. See you in your next one.